I know you're like, what do you mean? What do you mean you wasn't ready? No, like literally, I wasn't ready for Friday. And I love Friday. Like, Friday is my favorite day of the week. Seriously, it is. It's like my favorite day of the week. But I just simply wasn't ready for this day today. I am actually waiting for some lady at the airport, and quiet as kept. Apparently her flight has been diverted to some other location. I've been waiting here for quite a while. She's trying to avoid paying my fee for sitting here, so I don't know how that's gonna turn out. Because you got to pay me, ma'am, just because I've been here. I drove all the way over here. I've been sitting here waiting for you, so unfortunately, yeah, you're gonna have to pay that fee. But I get it. It's frustrating, and it's pretty upsetting. Hey, Angelus. I'm good. It's just Friday, and I wasn't really prepared for Friday, I don't think. And also, I'm kind of just somber. I'm kind of feeling kind of somber. It's been a lot of little stuff going on in the background that I don't really talk about a lot. And I think right now I'm just kind of pondering on it all, you know. I'm just sitting here. I'm at the airport. I'm on the side of the road of the airport. And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So how was your day? How was your week? What's going on with you? How are you doing? Are you at work right now? Are you at home? What's going on? You getting ready to hit the streets? I didn't smoke my blunt. I didn't smoke a blunt last night, but I'm thinking I might go. Worried about me? Why? Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine, I think. I don't know. Oh, at work? Yeah. I'm fine. I don't know. I don't know. You know when you just feel like you're maybe processing life. And then sometimes the things that you're processing about life, maybe it wasn't, it's like, it's not what I wanted, but it's fine. Yeah. Kind of like that, you know? Kind of like that. But acknowledgement and acceptance and, you know, all of that is so wonderful, because then it helps you to be able to move forward faster and all that stuff like that. I was thinking about it though recently the other day, and I was like, you know what? You know how sometimes guys be like, you can't be so emotional. You're so emotional. I really think that you mean attached. I think you're using the wrong word. I think you mean attachment. I think you don't like attachment. And you're calling it emotional because you're pretty fucking emotional too. Guys are emotional as hell, and they act like they're not, and it's just like definitely exhibiting quite a bit of emotions right now. You know how I be. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just kind of chilling, vibing. I was waiting for this lady, and apparently she's in Fort Myers, so she's not even here. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if she's gonna end up showing up or not or what, but she's trying not to cancel because she don't want to pay the fee, but she gonna have to pay the fee because I've been here, I've been waiting for you. And so unfortunately, ma'am, that fee is gonna get charged because I've been here the whole time, okay? I'm waiting on you. So yeah. And then as I was doing that, I was kind of just sitting here and just thinking about life and thinking about how things go down, you know, how things happen. And sometimes there's some unexpected things that occur. Sometimes there are things that occur that you were totally expecting and totally looking like you knew. First of all, there's a lot of things that happen in my life that I see happening. It's like I can see the pathway. Like right now, I can just see how this is going to turn out 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line, 5 years down the line. It's just, it happens like that a lot for me. So, but that doesn't mean that when the moment comes and I'm just not still like, right? Like the moment may still come and I still might be like, that wasn't what I wanted. Or that wasn't what I was, I can't say expecting, because I knew it was gonna happen. That wasn't the plan, probably is the better way. So, you know, just, you know how life goes, you know how life and love goes. Mostly, that's mostly what I'm talking about, is love. You know how love goes. So yeah, that kind of thing. Sitting here and just reflecting on things, and you know, stuff like that. So what do you do on your work? Do you just are you like a companion or something? I did meet this guy today, though. I met this guy who was like talking about, like, you know, he just, apparently he's like an engineer with Progressive or something like that, and he also has like a real estate business that he's doing real estate. And he kind of, you know, I feel very encouraged to just take the leap and get into my real estate, you know, get into real estate like I want to, because I want to do real estate investing. I'm not interested in being like a realtor or nothing like that, like a real estate investor. So it's just kind of like, get into it, like, do it, girl. Like, don't wait. Especially with the market being about to change and shift, it's like, I know what I need to know. I've been I don't want to say twiddling my thumb, but I kind of just been, I haven't been doing it. I haven't been taking action on that endeavor. But then he asked me, he was like, so like, what's your goal? And I was like, oh. And so I basically told him about my passion project. And I also told him, like, so I told him about my marketing company too, and just like how I do certain things and stuff like that. So he's like, oh, he's like, well, I have this friend named da-da-da, and he's doing this, and we need to get on a Zoom call so that you guys can collab. And I was like, wow. You know, it's just like, first off, I know that I had just been, there's a lot of things that, there's a couple things that I maybe wasn't taking action on in my life. And that's just not like me. Normally, like, when I got something that I'm trying to do or something I want to do, I'm on it. Like, your girl gets to it, okay? I get straight to business. I don't waste time on the things that I want to accomplish. I get straight to business most times. And I think with the real estate, that was one of the things that I kind of just, I don't know, I've been taking a slow time getting to it. And I wonder if I had some blockages. Like, I think I probably had some money blockages, because I already know, like, as soon as I get into real estate, like, you guys don't know this, but I'm good at sales. So like, I can sell, you know, a lot of good stuff. I can sell stuff pretty fast. So like, as soon as I get into that, it's gonna change like a lot of things drastically. And I think maybe I've been like holding myself back because to some degree, it's like you want the people around you to be able to come with you sometimes. And then another part of that is like, you're like, am I ready for that? Deep down. And I think deep down also, you know that your life is going to change. And unfortunately, sometimes that means that like some of the people in your life, like the things may have to change with them too. Because like, you know, if you have people that like distract you or keep you from like doing those things that you need to do that help you to level up or whatever, for whatever reason, you know, sometimes you just gotta, you know, gotta let that go. So like, gotta put that on the sideline, right? But, and it's not like with people that are helping you get somewhere or that will help you get somewhere. That's a different story than, you know, some connection. So I think some of the things that I had like plans for or wanted to do, I don't know. I think another blockage that I think that is kind of getting cleared now is that I wanted to bring, like I said, I wanted to like have the people that are, you know, in my life participate with certain things. But if you're not willing to participate with those things, then, and then I'm like not making the moves because I'm expecting this to be like a family thing, like a family business or something like that, then I end up not doing it because I'm kind of waiting for, I don't know, something with other people or help, or I don't know, it's something like that, right? And so what I realize is that, you know, like if I'm, you know, if I just move forward from that situation, then I'm gonna just take steps and actions on my own without expecting my partner, really, because this really was about my partner, right? Like my partner, the person that I'm with, you know, like we should be able to do business and run businesses together. Like, you know, that's how I feel about it. So I think that kind of hung me up for a good while, honestly. And it seems so simple. It's a really simple thing, right? It really is simple. It's very simple. It's very simple. But it's still something that held me up for a little while. And so now that I'm like kind of going in my own direction, it's like, well, it's just me, myself, and I until that's all I got to the end. Is what I found out. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like I've got myself, and I've always had myself. Like, anyway, like my marketing company, I did that all on my own. Gino helped with certain little things as far as like getting the chairs in this, like he would put together the office, the desks and stuff like that at the office. But like all the work I've done, I did all the work. And I invested the money and I did all the work. Like there was nothing that really Gino did anything with my marketing company at all. He didn't really have anything to do with that. Sometimes he might come up with an idea or something, like for like a commercial or something like that, or a slogan. He might come up with an idea or two from time to time, but he really didn't have any involvement in that business. So it's not that I can't take action on my own, and it's not that I haven't, because everything that I've done up until this part was just, it was me deciding I'm going to do this thing, and I went and did it. And then maybe Gino might help or whatever. The real estate specifically, I was probably looking at that as being the thing that we would do together. You know, he was supposed, he's good at like sales. Like he's really good at coming up with like sales terms and stuff like that. And so, you know, I was thinking that that would be something that my family would do together, that we would build this real estate business together. And it just didn't happen like that. So it's just like, yeah. So I will proceed to do it on my own, but you know, that was not realized until now. And what I mean by realized is, I mean it hasn't actualized until now, because up until now I was still there in that situation, you know what I mean? So now that I'm out of it, little bit by little bit, little layers and little pieces are coming out, and little layers are getting peeled back every day, every week, every month. I am, you know, just getting the information that I've been needing and wanting and stuff like that. Literally, I've been pretty much doing a lot of stuff on my own. As it relates to business, I've pretty much been doing all this on my own. I mean, Gino helped with putting stuff together at the office. Yeah, he helps with some ideas sometimes. But like when it comes to like the day-to-day processes, running the business, coming up with the like all the admin work, all the stuff, that's me. I do all of that. I do everything. And with coming up with the idea, from coming up with the inception of the idea concept to you know, materializing that idea into a thing, it's me. So in reality, I don't know why I was expecting, it wasn't that I was expecting, I wanted that to be a family thing. So that's kind of like, that was my desire for it to be a family thing. So that's what happened there. It wasn't that I'm not capable or I wasn't able to, or I wasn't making moves, because my marketing company, all on my own, my subleasing business, all on my own, my tarot business, all on my own. Like none of these things about because of anybody but myself. It was all me. And so I think it's just frustrating though. It's like you have this idea what you would like to accomplish, and then you want to bring the people that you love along with it, or you want them to be involved. You want that to be a family thing. You want that to be a thing that we do together, stuff like that. But if motherfuckers ain't on that type of time, they ain't on that type of time. And at the end of the day, I should have what's the right thing to say here? Maybe I should have like moved faster on it or something. I don't know. So just reflecting, you know, reflecting on life, reflecting on some of the things that I'm thinking and feeling, and just, you know, taking it all in. It is what it is, and figuring out how I'm going to move around it all, you know. Hold on one second. About that. So anyway, I, you know, I was just sitting here thinking about that, but then I was thinking about something I was thinking about earlier was this. I was thinking about, like, you know, for you ladies out there who are like, there's no good men out there, like, what do I mean? I don't know what y'all be talking about, because I swear, I stay getting in contact with people who are, you know, doing stuff out in life, you know what I mean? People who are, I stay interacting with those types of people. So when y'all say, like, where are they? Like, girl, they there. Like, where are you at? I think you're not in the right space. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe it's y'all's line of, maybe it's the point of attraction. I gotta say that. Like, it's probably your point of attraction. If you feel like you're not, like, because, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I mean, maybe y'all got to work on that. I want y'all to start working on that damn point of attraction, because ain't no way I can, you know, just waltz around the world and meet all these good men y'all talking about ain't around, and they right there in my face all the time. So anyway, I need y'all to change y'all's point of attraction. That's what I'm seeing. You know, I'm seeing that this ain't got nothing to do with whether or not men are out there. This has to do with your point of attraction. You know. So, what are you focused on? You know, what type of men have been recently in your energy? You know, clear that shit out. And also, don't let the bad, the thing is, I think you can't let the negative experiences that you have in connections with other people, you can't let those negative experiences dictate your future. And I think that has potentially a lot to do with maybe why a lot of people feel like they are not getting the results that they would like to get in relationships and dating. Yeah, I would say that's a good one, right? Shoot. This white boy got in my car yesterday. He was fine. I was like, shit, goddamn. A little cute smile and shit like that. And he liked talking to me. He was trying to keep me talking, you know? Before he got out the car, he about hesitated. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, go on, Garrett. Go on now. Go on now. Go on and get out, Garrett. Before I have to get your number. You know, all I'm trying to say is just that I think that it's probably your point of attraction, you know, because like I said, there are a lot of good men out here. I meet them all the time. So if y'all not meeting them, that's your point of attraction. That's it and that's all. There's nothing else to say with that, because they out there. Random happenings, honey. Random happenings. So what are you trying to attract? You need to take assessment of your mindset, where you at, what you think about, what you do, what's going on up there, because there's got to be something. You know what I mean? It's got to be something. It can't just be, yeah, it's got to be something. So, you know, I want y'all to just take assessment of that. I want y'all to think about that. Yeah, ain't nothing to worry about. I'm good. I'm straight. Hold on one second, y'all. No, I'm straight. I'm good. I'm just sitting here and I'm just thinking about life, you know, reflecting on everything and figuring out what's going on next, what I'm going to do next, and, you know, how I'm about to proceed, and all that type of stuff. Ain't nothing to worry about. I'm good. I'm going to always be good. I might go through a little moment. Yeah, my feelings is hurt. Oh, my feelings was hurt. Ah. I'm crying. Ah! Time stops for no man. Time stops for no man or woman. You know what, y'all? I think I'm gonna go back to my office and I don't know, maybe do some live. I know I'm probably gonna end up rolling one up. Probably kicking my feet up and chilling. I feel like today's gonna be an easy day. Tonight, anyway. Let's get out of this little section right here, y'all. Let me get out of this little place real quick. Oh, this is a better place. This is a much better place. I'm gonna stop here. You know something? I still believe in love. I do. I know y'all probably like, girl, how do you? How can you? Girl, why not? Why the hell not? Because I love myself. You know what I mean? I know love exists within me. I know I have love, a lot of love to give. So how can I not believe in love if I have so much of it? If I have so much to give, how can I not believe that love exists and all of those good things right there? So yeah, I believe in it in its truest form too. Okay, so what was we getting to? What was we getting at? I don't know. Let me see. So I had something earlier that I was thinking about that I really wanted to share. Well, definitely about the law of attraction, the point of attraction. So ladies out there, you need to take assessment of your point of attraction to determine if you could potentially be kind of in this cycle of expecting men to be a certain way, and so then those are the men that come to you, right? That could be one thing that you want to look at, take assessment of, and stuff like that. Because, you know, there are some good men out here. There are, and they're out there. They're really out there. And honestly, I think they're out there and they're ready. They're ready. They're ready for the right woman to come and scoop them, you know? So, yeah, make sure your point of attraction is in the right place. Because the good men stay in my vicinity. Like, I can't even... I can't agree that there are no good men out there. I just can't see it. I can't see it. It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm blinded to that. Nah, I know that there's some shitty niggas out there, of course. We know there's some shitty niggas out there. Okay, they collect in certain regions, right? But if you're not meeting any good men, then that means that your point of attraction is on those shitty men. That means that you're attracting the shitty men. And that's because that's where your focus is at. Or that's where your point of attraction is. That's where your manifestation hub is circled at. And so you really have to take a look at that, okay? Because many of you guys you should be experiencing like love. You should be experiencing all sorts of great things in life. And yeah, so I just want to say that real quick with y'all, because you know, I be seeing these men out here, and they're not all bad, and not nearly all of them are bad. Like, I just want to be clear with you guys. Obviously I have my issues with some of them, you know what I mean? Obviously some of them get on my nerves, or there might be some things that men might do or say that irk me a little bit, of course. It's life. You know, duality in all things, right? We gotta remember that there is duality in all things. So I just want you guys thinking about that for sure. You need to think about that, because like, whew, shoot, with the guys I've been meeting, yeah, y'all should be on fucking vacation in Cabo. Not even Cabo. Y'all should be on vacation in Rome and, you know, Sicily and shit like that. Going to Fashion Week, shopping and shit like that. Your life should be just totally in another region, right? Like, just somewhere else. So, not to say that you can't do those things single. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is you should be. There are men out here that are able and ready and willing. Okay. You should be in Sicily somewhere, you know. Let me turn this on. This is better light. Oh shit. Anyhow, so I find that very interesting. You know, I had to, you know, I wanted to point that out to y'all though, because I'm like, girl, what are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? I keep myself in a high vibe though. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, oh, that's what I wanted to tell y'all about. Got it. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, I love this. Yes, this is the one. We want this one. Smelling everything up. So good. Oh, good one. Because I was saying I keep myself in high vibes. You know what I mean? For the majority, most of the time, like, I keep myself in high vibes. That's just how I prefer to be, right? Like, hey, look, yes, I'm not always gonna be that. Listen, there might be some fuck shit going on in life, and I might not be in a high vibe, but if ain't, you know what I mean? Like, because I know that there are times where you won't be able to be in a high vibe because fuck shit going on. When there's not fuck shit going on, you should be keeping yourself in as high vibe as you can. You know, like, that should be your goal, to stay in high vibes. Today, I heard something and it completely resonated. It completely resonated, and I need to share this with y'all. So first off, am I coming in clear? Am I coming in live? Am I live? Am I coming in clear? Hold on one second. I'll be back. With energetic downloads that I have been getting, but I have not been able to translate the energetic download into words that you and I can both understand, right? So here's the message. Here's the download. The earth is raising its vibration right now. And as the earth is raising its vibration, you as a human being, you also have to raise your vibration, because what is going to happen is the earth is going to keep raising its vibration. And the higher the vibration of the earth gets, the more difficult it will be for lower energy and lower vibing beings to exist in this realm. Yeah. Yeah, we get into some conspiracy shit. We get into some sci-fi shit. We getting into some all of that scientific shit. We getting into some hella spiritual fucking all this shit. What do you want? We get into all this shit, okay? And what this is meaning, what this all means, is that you are either going to raise your vibration or you will cease to exist. Does that make sense? So if you want to continue to exist in this realm, you must raise your vibration.
You have to move your vehicle, ma'am. This is not a parking spot.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
So you have to raise your vibration. If you do not raise your vibration, then what will end up happening is you will cease to exist. You will cease to exist. So what that means is that you could very well end up I can't see. Stop moving. So what that means is that you will you'll cease to exist. Basically, you will die if you don't fucking raise your vibrations. Okay? Do you hear what I said? Basically, you will die if you do not raise your vibrations. Okay? So it is necessary for each and every person that has been following this channel to recognize that you're not going to get a choice. And you're not getting a choice. You're not getting a choice on whether or not you want to be a low-vibing bitch or not. You feel me? Some of y'all, listen to what happened recently. I will tell you something that happened recently. What happened recently was that we, as a collective, we were like really tapping in, tuning in, and connecting and all this stuff like that. We were all kind of raising our vibrations, starting to question stuff, starting to really look at the information, right? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes low energy activity, okay? Low energy data. Low vibing ass shit. Like, bitches start doing the mean girl shit again. You know what I mean? Females start doing the men started doing like the condemning of women and shit like that. Men start doing shit like, instead of being understanding to women, now they want to shame women, and people start shaming people and fat shaming again. Whereas there was a period of time where we was all like, okay, we can be loving and accepting of one another with our differences, right? But instead, something took a turn. And everybody started going back to that clutching back towards and clutching onto and clinging onto the old way of being, the whole mean girl thing, shaming people, wanting to try to control other people's lives, when it don't even impact you. That's the crazy part. The crazy part about it all is the shit that y'all be attacking does not impact you at all. It does not impact you for a girl to stay fat. It doesn't bother you at all. In reality, it doesn't stop you from paying your bills. It doesn't stop your life from revolving. It doesn't stop your lights. It doesn't stop your internet, Wi-Fi connection. It don't stop none of that. So the fact that you want to point out and it's the energy of conditioning and maintaining programmable conditioning. Does that make sense? Programmable conditioning, which means that if I can condition you on this thing here, then I can condition you on some other shit too. So, and it keeps people in that program, okay? In that program of, oh, you have to look this way or feel or do these things or say these types of things in order to be acceptable to society. Otherwise, we are not going to accept you and you will be on the outside. That's also happening with pro-choice conversations, with the LGBTQ type stuff. Like, the thing about it is this: I'm not gay in no fashions, no ways, right? But I'm not in that lady or in that man's home to tell them who they should and should not be able to fuck. At the end of the fucking day, It's not stopping my electricity when a motherfucker, when a man decides to go fuck another man. At the end of the goddamn day, when a woman decides to bump up uglies with another woman, it's not keeping me from my success and happiness. So why do I need to put my focus on some shit that don't matter to me? It does not stop my day-to-day process at all. It does not hinder me from my daily living. It does not hinder me from having a beautiful, wonderful experience in life. It does not stop me at all from accomplishing, doing, or anything. So basically what we're looking at is we're looking at a bunch of people that want other people to behave in a way that is comfortable to them. So this is all about other people's comfortability. So I have to live my life based on your level of comfort, is what we're saying here. Okay, that's basically what it comes down to. And that's basically what it ended up turning out to be when you're shaming, you know, people who are in the LGBTQ community, when you are shaming women who are unmarried or who have, you know, baby daddies, and same for men, and you know, when you're shaming women for being 30, and when you're, you know, when you're shaming women for not wanting to have children, like all that shit is stupid. Because at the end of the day, it's not stopping you from doing shit. It's not stopping you at all. So then what's the real thing going on here? What that is low vibrational energy. That's all it comes down to. It comes down to the fact that is just simply low vibing energy. And you will not be able to survive and this is the reason why they probably doing it too, because they probably doing it because they don't want the vibration of ain't gonna be able to make it because they low vibrational ass beings. And I'm talking about certain reptilian energies, the ones that have been destroying us. Okay, they are low vibrational beings. They don't have souls. And so if they don't have souls, they're not going to be able to even raise their vibrations high enough to sustain the vibrational shift of the earth. That's why this is happening. I'm just sitting here talking to y'all about some downloads that came to me. And as I'm talking to y'all about the downloads, more information is coming. Okay, more information is coming at the very same time. The information that just came through at the very same time is that the reason why they had to start, you know, throwing out the little campaign, the Mean Girl campaign had to come back out, was because those low vibing ass reptilians cannot survive in a high vibing universe. And so if you start behaving in a low vibration, that changes the vibration of the earth, because they can't change the vibration of the earth. You can. You got to have the melanin that you have can impact the universe. It can impact the vibration of the universe because it impacts the collective. Give me a second. Let me hook my stuff up real quick. That's why all this immigration shit came about. That's why this Project 2025 bullshit came about. It's about keeping the vibrations low. That's what it's about. Because they can't survive in a high vibrational world. And it's proven. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in what's been going on. If you look at what's been going on, as we were collectively like getting together, raising our vibration, learning new shit, you know what I mean, starting to tap into our intuition, what they do, they want to throw the Christian campaign at us. Then they got on their political shit, you know what I mean, and then they started with the racist rhetoric. If we look at the cycles, the cyclical things that they've been doing, and with hatred, it's usually a racial thing. You know what I mean? Look at how during that presidential election and that whole campaign, every group of people came at Black Americans like we had something to do with it. Like we had something to do with it. That every group of people came at Black Americans like we had something to do with it. And we didn't. So that's proof right there. That's proof that, so look, we was raising our vibrations and they was like, oh no, we can't do that. We have to lower the vibration somehow. And if we look at it cyclically, they always got something that'll traumatize you or re-traumatize you. That's why they go out with the hate crimes. That's why they go out with the police brutality. They need to keep you in low vibrational energy. That's why they got the food the way the food is. All this shit, and it's in it, you know, this is something that we've been building up to. We knew that it was poisoning us. We didn't know why, how. It's about the vibrations, because all this shit is low. It's low vibration. And if they keep your vibration and your frequency low, then this universe will still operate for them. However, if that vibration raises, then they will not be able to exist. They will literally cease to exist. That's what this is about. See, I thought it was just about black and white. It ain't about no black and white. This is about frequency. This ain't got nothing to do with black and white. This got to do with vibrational frequency. The soulless beings cannot exist in a high vibrational world because they don't have souls. They don't have souls, so they will not be able to resonate on that frequency, period. So that's what we're looking at. And you know, for a long time, you know, man, they've done a number on us where it can look like it's about color. It's not about color. It's about frequency and vibration. And they can't vibe on the frequency that we can vibe on. Period. And I know it's going to have to be some low vibrational shit done to them, but is it really low vibrational if you're protecting yourself? Okay, I don't know. I'm just moving forward. Moving forward. Don't ignore me. Just ignore that part. Just ignore that part. But what I said was what I said. I said what I said. You feel me? I said what I said. Anyway, look. I got that download today. I'm going to talk about this again in detail because I need y'all to hear what I'm saying. These reptilians have no souls. Okay, that's calcified individuals. Okay. And all the things that they've implemented into this society has been to keep you in low vibrations. Because look, every time we get to adding up, every time our vibrations get to adding up, you got super niggas out there. I'm talking about, listen, I recently saw some videos where people are telekinesis. Like practicing telekinesis. And that's one of my things. I've been wanting to, I got to get that. Like I got to get that telekinesis going. You know what I mean? This motherfucker sat there and he did this. And goddamn bottles just knocked over. He did this and the bottles just flew everywhere. You know what I mean? He did this and the bottles just did all this shit. They just fell all over the place. Another guy, he got the wind moving. He was outside, he just moving wind and shit like that. I'm like, fuck. I'm not on my game. I gotta get on my game. Like, I got to get out here in these trees, start moving these fucking trees and shit. I gotta get on my superhuman shit. You know what I mean? But if you stay in low vibrations, you will not be able to get on your superhuman shit. And that's just a fact. And so their intention is to keep you in a low vibration so you can't get on your superhuman shit. Matrix did a number, but baby, let me tell you something. Hey, listen. Hey. Those that laugh laughed sweetest, okay? All right, don't look at it as a negative. Look at it as a very good thing because we got so many reasons to. I mean, there's just so many things that we have to look at for when we get to that point. Ain't gonna be no mercy. Ain't no mercy because what mercy did you show us? So it is what it is. That's why I say get on your high vibing. And that's for everybody. Like this is not about color. This is about vibration. This is about vibrations, okay? This is not about black and white, Mexican, and all that other shit. This is about vibrations. So, and what I discovered today was that if you are going to remain in a lower vibration and the vibration and the frequency of the earth is going to continue to raise, and as it raises, I think it says it's going to go up to like a 9 something or whatever. As it gets higher, your vibration has to get higher too. Because if it doesn't, you will cease to exist. And then it would make sense. So remember, we can bring in the Bible talk. So remember how in the Bible it talks about the rapture, right? And remember how in the rapture, like just people just dropping like flies. People just dying left and right, right? Y'all remember that series Left Behind? Yeah, that's crazy. But y'all remember that series Left Behind? It was basically about the Bible stuff and how things was happening at the end in the Revelations. And so basically in the Revelations, it's about the rapture, right? Where a whole bunch of people just start dying. Well, interestingly enough, what I learned from an astrological standpoint was that we just finished up back in 2022, maybe, I think. We finished up 20 years of karma. And so it's restarted 20 more years of karma. And then in that time, because we're going from it's like Pisces is going into something, it's supposed to be a bunch of deaths that's happening. And then furthermore, I just really was watching something else that kind of helps the idea to form a lot better. Is that somebody was like, yeah, the vibration of the earth is raising, and many people will, if you don't raise your vibration, if you don't know how to raise your vibration, or if your vibration doesn't raise, then you will cease to exist. You will die, because you cannot exist in a high vibrational world on a low vibrational frequency, on a low frequency. So it's so crazy that I've been talking about frequency for years now and didn't know what I was telling y'all. I didn't know I was telling y'all to get ready or you're gonna die. Like I didn't know I was telling y'all, listen, raise your fucking vibrations or you will die. Like you will cease to exist. So now when we put this all and we relate this to or correlate this to the rapture or the book of Revelations, it makes sense that if we are going into a time and a space right now where the earth's frequency is raising, and if the frequency gets to a certain point and you still have a low vibe, you will cease to exist. It makes sense that there's a rapture, that there's many people that will pass away because many people will fail to raise their vibrations, and therefore you will cease to exist. At this point, you will die. Basically, you're just gonna die, right? So it makes sense now. It's all coming together. It's all very much coming together, which is another part of what's coming together for me too, though. It does have to do with like certain relationships and certain connections that you have, with people, because you're supposed to basically, it's like a guide. It's like a guidepost. It's like so one of the things that they say about this time period is obviously there will be a lot of false prophets, right? That's something that's true. That was said in like the Bible, and then I've been hearing some people say that as well. So there will be false prophets, right? But there will be actual prophets, actual people who do actually have the knowledge and the information and that you're supposed to be getting at this point, and they will be teaching that. And then therefore they're setting up, practicing these things, showing you how to do these things, or talking to you about these things, and then they're kind of like the blueprint basically. And then they show you how to actually like use your own powers. So like I said, I mean, I've been seeing people on my timeline. I've been seeing dudes who are like who are using their telekinesis powers, who are literally on the internet, a bottle's in front of him, and this motherfucker does this shit and the fucking thing moves. Okay? So like, and I believe in that shit. I don't care what nobody say. I believe in that type shit because I know that it's real. Where do you think they get ideas like the last Airbender? You know what I mean? Like, where do you think they get these ideas from? They don't get these ideas from nowhere. They get these because they don't. When have they ever come up with an idea? Just tell me. They haven't. They just steal them from us. They don't come up with ideas. So the moral to the story is you need to raise your vibration. And that's probably one of the reasons too why my relationship with Gino, it ceased to exist. That relationship was low vibrational and it ceased to exist. Now, I wouldn't say it was always low vibrational. Honestly, me and Gino had a decent relationship. It wasn't a bad relationship. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. But the energy of like being an alcoholic or like always drinking an alcohol and then allowing the alcohol to take you to like other behavior patterns, like just behaving badly and belligerent and all that shit like that, that's not cool. Like no, the answer is no, right? And I think ultimately what it comes down to is that I have to prepare, like, regardless to whether or not I love you and I care about you, if it's pulling me away from my pathway, which is to to get right, to get in tune, to get fully in tune, to be able to lead a group of people to their vibrations, to their raised vibrations, a group of people to basically leading you back to yourself, you know, basically leading you to your intuition, leading you to the actual God, to, you know, to the universe, to learning your own inner power, learning your own inner strength. You know, if I'm gonna really do that, I have to really be able to do it, you know what I'm saying? And I can't do it when I'm being distracted or being pulled away from my purpose. You know, if I'm being pulled away from my purpose for any reason, that's causing not only a problem with me, that's causing not only a problem with that other person, that's causing a problem with a whole collective of people, right? Because they not getting the messages they need, they not getting the information they need, they're not getting what they need in order to be able to prepare for what's coming for us. And what's coming for us is coming, and it's coming fast. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard me. Like, look, y'all heard me talk about them damn seagulls down, I don't know, Alabama somewhere. Motherfucking seagulls all just drop dead from the sky. What the fuck? You know? Down in Argentina, the goddamn blood red, the water went blood red out the blue. People wake up and look outside and then the water blood red. And there wasn't no dead bodies in there. For miles and miles and miles, the water just blood red. Like, all just blood red. All up and down it. You know what I mean? Up in Alaska, just a few weeks ago, a 7.3 magnitude earthquake just happened. Over in Hawaii, a volcano, a dormant volcano erupted at the National Volcano Park. Somebody recorded like 200 ducks marching down the fucking street and shit. I'm like, where y'all going, ducks? The hell y'all doing? Why y'all marching like that? Now, I feel like that was probably like engineered or something like that, but it was still funny to see. What else is there? I mean, there's so many things. People are going postal left and right. You know what I mean? And that to me is a part of, when people start going postal, to me, that's a part of the agitation. Because the earth is being agitated. There's something being shaken up in the vibration. So that's, the people start getting agitated. And then they start responding, you know, and sometimes violently or whatever. What else is there? I mean, there's so many things. Like, we can just keep going. Just the weather itself. Last year, Milton fucking, you know, swiped through this motherfucker. And listen, we haven't been directly hit by a hurricane or a storm in so very many years. Okay, these storms are getting bigger, more violently. They're going in different directions than they normally go. So what else is there? Sorry about that, guys. I just had to, the weather. That's one thing. The animals. Listen, when the animals start responding, and the animals have been responding, the animals talk to you. The animals will be a telltale sign. The way the earth is doing things, the weather, all this shit is telltale signs to be ready for something. But you see, what we were prepared for was what the Bibles talk about, the revelation and shit like that. It's more than that. It's bigger than that. And it more involves you than you think it is. I feel like this is about the frequency shift of the earth, the vibrational shift of the earth. And I feel like the vibrational shift of the earth is directly connected to you. You. The way we've been told these stories is that we have no power. That's not true. It's not true. So ultimately, it's about you getting yourself in order. Listen, I know my next thing is getting this fucking diet in order. God damn, this diet is fucked up. Fucked off. Straight fucked up. I don't even tell you. I think I went vegan twice. And then I'm not vegan no more. So you see how shit happened? That's another reason too. Like little shit like that. And it seems small, but it's important because, hey, listen, what you put in your body is going to impact your frequency. If you're putting processed food in your body, right? Food that's made in a factory, right? That ain't no high vibrational stuff. That's not no stuff from the earth. The food that come from the earth, though, That's high vibrational food. That's living food. Right? Living food. Your body is a living thing. It needs living things in it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, look, I know. Listen, I'm not trying to sit here and sound like I'm preaching to y'all. That ain't even what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to recognize what I need to recognize, get where I need to get, and be where I need to be. And that's it. And that's all, you know? So, yeah. That's why they keep you stressed out, though. They keep you stressed out, worried, you know, all that shit like that. Working in the rat race, always working instead of, you know, for these material things. You know what I'm saying? Your nervous system can't regulate. Your nervous system is in survival mode. You know what I'm saying? Because they keep you stressed out and, you know, bogged down with all sorts of shit. Your vibrations would naturally start raising if you didn't have all this worry and calamity and chaos going on around you. See, that's not good for them, though. Because if your the faster your vibrations raise, the faster they gonna die. See what I'm saying? So it directly, and this is another reason too why it makes sense why that man was like, oh no, the US is getting too brown, because if it gets too brown, the vibration is gonna raise. This is about vibration. This is about vibration. The more melanin you have, the more resonance and vibration you have, because those are activator systems. Those are activator points. And your melanin has a frequency too. It has a vibration as well. Trust me on this. Watch them hear what I just said and then go do a research on it and find out I was telling the truth. You know, funny thing about this whole thing is I don't question my intuition no more, because like, even when it sounds crazy, it's always proven right years down the line. Now usually when I'm talking about stuff like this, like stuff that has just not been proven, it's usually take years and years and years. Now they're doing it a lot faster though. One, because we have this internet here where you can find out, you know, information from people so fast, but also because we speaking about it more. You know, we speaking about those intuits and those things that we just know. We just know. Look, I want you to be ready. Here's something I've done recently. Oh my, where is it? Oh, here it is. I went and bought a set of tuning forks. And I think I'm going to get some more frequencies also. This is the frequency of, this is 512 hertz key of C. Yeah, this is pretty good. You can take this tuning fork, you know what I mean, and just like put it around your auric field, you know what I mean. Now I'm still using it now. I'm trying to see how it actually works, like what it actually impacts down the line. So I've been doing this for about a week or so, but obviously because there's vibration in here, when you do this, it vibrates. It's like a vibrating thing and it rings. And so I can hear it, but I can also feel the vibration of the thing, and it vibrates the energy around me, immediately surrounding me. So what you got to remember is that you have an auric field, right? Maybe you can't see it, but you got an auric field, and your auric field has different colors and shades based upon your mood, based upon how you're feeling, whether you're sick or healthy, based upon whether you're happy or sad or angry or all that stuff like that. So it'll based on all the things that's going on with you, it'll change color. But sometimes you can get tears in your auric field, right? And that can happen, you know, when you're constantly in, you know, lower vibing energy and stuff like that, right? So something like this, you know, can help raise your vibrations just of your auric field, but also of your actual body, right? Think about it. Think about this. Think about how sometimes in our body we have clogged up things. Maybe we got like clogged up arteries, or maybe we have like our blood, or our circulation is maybe getting blood clots, or something, right? Well, I feel, this is how I really feel. I feel like the resonation of something that's high energy can actually dislodge and like move shit around in your body, right? How? I don't know I don't know how it works, but I'm assuming vibrationally is how it works. Do I have proof of this? No, I do not have proof. Do I need proof? No, I do not need proof. Okay. Some things you just kind of know. This would be what you would call sound healing. Okay, so you can do sound healing with like your bells, your tuning forks. They also have those those singing bowls, right? Singing bowls. You can do it also like if you don't have access to the tools, then you can actually even go on like YouTube or whatever and play specific sounds for healing, right? The point, the thing that you're trying to get to though is certain vibrations, right? And certain vibrations can potentially dislodge stuck energy within the body, which I probably need to focus that right here in my core. So my root chakra, probably that's where I need to really focus this energy, because there's a lot of that. And I can look, I'm circling in it right now, and listen, this is probably like my third time doing it in that area. I can feel it moving now. So I'm just going to keep working with this and feeling and seeing how it actually works with me. But thus far, I will tell you, since I started this, and I'm not saying that it's attached only to this, it's also attached to the things that I do. But what we must remember also is that sometimes the things that we do, they also subconsciously cause us to make better choices too, right? So maybe I'm doing this and this is a high vibrational thing, and it's just like, okay, I'm trying to do this for my health. It may encourage me to think about doing something healthy, like maybe I should eat a salad today instead, right? Maybe I'll eat an apple today instead. Okay, so we just got to think about the fact that there are many things that we can use in life to help us to heal whatever. It's also just pleasant to hear, you know what I mean? It's also just a pleasant sound. And honestly, the vibration of it kind of, it does something. I don't know what it does, but it does something, So yeah, I'm working with this this week. So that's something that you guys may consider. I'm not, pushing nothing on you or nothing like that, but it's just another healing modality. They do actually have like a modality or a technique called sound healing. They also have like one called light therapy also. So they got like light therapy, they got sound healing. They have Reiki, which is like laying hands on something or something, which is like moving energy throughout the body. It's basically taking hands, and my energy would just move, the energy throughout your body. Now, the only thing about Reiki is I wouldn't know. I really feel that I would have really good skills with Reiki, and I probably just need to practice and need somebody to practice on. But I just don't know how that would respond to like me trying to do Reiki on myself. I don't know how that would work, but I do have somebody that I actually need to just do it and get my Reiki classes taken so I can start working that modality of healing as well. But there are many modalities of healing, and it's not, going to the doctor to take some prescription drug that's only suppressing your issues. It's not helping you heal anything. So, sound healing is one of them. And so I've been kind of working with that, and I'm going to keep using that method, and then I'll update you guys and, let you guys know how I feel about it as I begin to use it. Hey, Jay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you. I was just, talking. So let me see. Aqua, my future wife, if I ever decide to move to Florida. Hope all is well with you this beautiful Friday. Yes, everything is fine. In fact, you ain't never lied. Thank you. So where are you driving? So I'm at the airport waiting for a fare. I've been doing Uber, so I got somebody, waiting for somebody to pick somebody up. So Matrix did a number on us for real. Definitely did. Pedophiles rule this world. Yeah, well, they won't be able to live too much longer. We got to raise the vibration so they can die. When do you think people will uprise? If the kids being abused won't push that button, that will. Yeah, because sorry, I just wanted to know your mindset. Well, I think, I think it's a step-by-step thing. It's just the thing about it is just that the lower frequencies want to maintain their lower frequency, so honestly, I just realized that I can't, like, as a light, I guess, light worker. I don't want to say light worker because I don't want to make you think that I only use light energy. Because if I got to get darkness, I will get darkness on that ass. You know what I'm saying? If I got to get dark, I'll go dark on that bitch. Right? So I don't want y'all thinking that I'm only light, because I'm a balance of both. I use what I need. I use dark and light. I'm light and I'm dark because that's who I am. That's duality, we all are that. We are all light and dark. We are all masculine and feminine. We are all both. I don't know if one can exist without the other, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So okay. But let me see. What I mean by the dark is the lower energy and lower vibrations. The lower vibrations, it's almost like a parasite, you know what I mean? And they want to stay relevant. If you ever, like, a parasite, it like needs to have a host, right? A parasite or like a virus has to have a host. And so it will go through major lengths to get to a new host. And when it starts to mutate, it will even make that host do things like, sometimes, like, for instance, let's just say a worm has some sort of parasite or virus or whatever inside of it. To get to a new host, this virus will destroy its current host to get to a new host so that it can continue to expand and continue to, like, mutate. And so that's what it does. That's basically the energy that I see. The energy that I see is like when these girls are going into their, like, mean girl stage. Well, first off, when we were combating that by, like, no mean girl shit, whatever, blah blah blah, and we were like being in high vibes, like we on our high vibe and shit, you know what I mean? When we was getting on that and being all cute, apparently they didn't like it, right? Because they came back with a vengeance. Okay, the mean girl energy came back with a vengeance, but it was one of those things where it was like, if you lose your oxygen, you can't breathe, and then you die, right? So this is the same thing with the mean girl energy. We're just looking at the mean girl energy like the virus or the parasite. They have to continue to spread, right? And so their mission is to continue to spread. So while I was taking a break, the mean girl energy spread, and it looked like it went rampant for a second. And now I'm like, bitch, like, so I got to catch back up on some shit because I took a little bit of a break, I'm tired of shit. So I realized, obviously the devil don't sleep, so I can't sleep either, god damn it, so I think it's just a work in progress. We all have to just keep the work going, keep making the effort to put yourself in a high vibration, keep making the effort to improve your quality of interactions, make the effort to improve your quality of thoughts, make the effort to improve your quality of actions and the things that you do on a day-to-day and how you treat people on a day-to-day. Like, it's just about constantly on a day-to-day basis not giving up on just improving always, and then eventually we all get to the point where, fuck this, that shit gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen quickly. I think they've been doing a good job of tempering, because they know that we're on the brink of fuck around and find out, so they've been doing a very good job of tipping the boat, but not tipping the boat too far, tipping the boat just a little bit, but not too much. So the earth is helping us also. So this is the thing. It's like, we will not just have to do this on our own. I want you guys to know the earth is also here to help us. The earth, the animals, their response, the things that come out of that energy will continue to stir up. Hi, how are you? Right. The dark is needed. Like, I don't want y'all to think that I'm just light and love all the time. Like, yeah, I am. But if I got respect my gangster. You know what I mean? Like, respect my gangster, okay? If I gotta be a gangster, I'm gonna be a gangster, you know. But I don't want to, obviously. But if I gotta do it, I gotta do, right? It's one of those types of things, you know what I mean? Don't think that just because I'm nice and sweet and all that shit like that, that I won't get at you if I need to, because I will. So yeah, there's that part. So the duality is something I've been mastering in my 20s. Yeah, you got to do that. So can you give me a reading? My birthday is 8/14/96. Oh, 8/14, huh? I've been called a mastermind and old soul and all of my life. So I won't be able to give you a reading right now. Well, let me see. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. And let me see if I can. Okay, I might actually be able to give you a reading. What's your question? What's your question? Oh, there's so much I need to talk to you guys about, because I forgot to tell you guys about this conversation that I had a few weeks ago with a man who got in my car, and he was really like probing me. He was really picking my brain about some things, and I failed to tell y'all about that conversation in detail. And right now, that conversation really sticks out to me right now. Like, right now in this moment, that conversation is really sticking out for multiple reasons. But one of the reasons for it is because in the conversation, the guy said, he said, that's why y'all are closer to God, talking about women, right? He said, that's why y'all's closer to God, because of, you know, he was talking about something, and I was just like, well, love. And I was like, love. He was like, that's why y'all's close. That's why y'all closer to God. But even in that conversation, he mistook what I was saying. He thought that I was talking about love thy enemy and turn the other cheek. No, I wasn't talking about that kind of love. I was talking about love with the community, us loving each other enough to go mollywop some motherfuckers that need to be mollywopped. You know what I mean? So anyway, I really want to talk about that conversation. I feel like that conversation and sharing that experience with you guys would be additional part of this whole journey. It's like things like unfold in some of the most random ways sometimes, but so necessary. And I previously told you guys, like, spirit sometimes what spirit will do is they will give me something that doesn't seem to make sense right now, and then 2 weeks later I'll be like, oh, that's what that was about. Oh, that makes sense now. You know, that happens a lot. It's almost like a precursor, or like a preparation, you know, for something to come. And I think that conversation was definitely like a precursor to today's conversation about the frequency. And if you remain in low vibrations, you will cease to exist. So yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, he said that. He was like, that's why you guys are closer to God. And I was like, oh. He said that, and I honestly, I really felt honored. Like, I really felt blessed when he said that. And it wasn't no thing. You know how sometimes somebody might say something and it's just like, I don't know. I feel like that conversation was so pure and genuine. And I also feel like what he said, I don't know. It's not like it's not an egotistical thing at all. It's not an ego thing at all. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It has to do with the fact of, like, it was like the recognition, you know? And I think it's more of like, because first off, as a Black woman, I see all the hate that we get. And we get a lot of it, okay? And it just doesn't even make sense half the time. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, why are y'all attacking us? you know, but when he said that, it was like, it just kind of resonated with me. It really did resonate with me. And I'm kind of understanding right now that maybe it resonated with me for more reasons than I was even aware of. And one of those reasons is because what if the world does attack us so much and so heavily because we are indeed mother of all, you know? But why? Why would the world want to do that? Why would you want to do that? It's the reptilians. Because once again, they would want us to stay in low vibrations, right? Because they cannot exist in high vibrational places. That's why. It makes sense. So, okay. So what is your question? The Emperor, Justice, and Queen of Cups. It's so funny because, like, me thinking about that conversation and him saying that, and then also thinking about other conversations where people like questioning my integrity and stuff like that, and I'm just like I don't know about you, but I feel offended when you question my integrity. You could say all sorts of shit, you could do all sorts of things. When you question my integrity, when you question my intentions, and when you question my, like, where my head was at, that's why I really be like, what's wrong with you? Like, something, like, I feel offended. That's when I get offended. You're questioning my ability to, without your acknowledgement, without your validation, without your guidance, to just simply be honest, trustworthy, transparent, love. You question my ability to do that without your permission. Excuse me? You're quite, that feels like you're questioning my ability to do that without you. Like, what? Like, all of a sudden, like, I can't be a good person. Like, I just can't make good choices. Like, what the fuck? So I want to know why I'm, hold on. I want to know why I'm always protected and covered. I never have money issues, and I am a huge giver and a huge introvert. Many people throw themselves at me, but I stay away because I'm on a mission. I want to know why. There's nothing to know why. If you have a mission, you have a mission. If you are, you know, attractive because you have light, or because you have a pure, and you have pureness in you, you are genuine. That's one thing people, it's so funny because even though people may question you because of their experiences and what's going on in their mind, or the things that they've had done to them in their life, when they meet a genuine person, they know a genuine person. It's like, it's so funny because it's like people pretend like, oh, you know, but no, you know. So that's one of the reasons too why when you question my integrity, I'd be like, I'm gonna look you up and down, like, you know. I'm definitely gonna give you the up and down look. Because it don't make sense. It does not make sense. You already know. You know, listen, you may not like the things that I say sometimes. You may not like the approach that I take sometimes, you know, but if I'm wrong, I will apologize, you know. If I make a mistake, I will fix it and correct it and make amends, things like that. But, you know, and see, that's the funny thing, is that sometimes when people are just wanting to see something negative, they'll take, oh, I made a mistake. They'll take your mistake as, oh, you, that's why you can't trust these people. It's like, what? Like, silly. He's silly. That's what you is. All right, let me give it to the rest of the comments. So I'm about to turn 29, and it feels different than ever before. So I have deep questions daily. Also, I want to know why I've been called a mastermind and old soul of all my life. Well, I mean, usually that's something that people can see and feel from you, because maybe you have a maturity about you that others don't. You could potentially have, a really analytical mindset where you come up with solutions and stuff like that. Listen, it's usually, let me tell you something, and this is something that I've learned. Listen, people, real people in real life, a lot of them are super basic. And when I say super basic, I mean like a lot of people can literally be considered NPCs, okay? Non-player characters, right? Is that what an NPC is? And I'm not trying to be funny or mean. Listen, the reason why I'm saying this is because of this. Like, a lot of people are just, it's about I'm just here to wake up, go to work, eat, and go to sleep, and then die. Some people don't think beyond that. Some people don't process life beyond that. Some people don't have a purpose beyond that. And so you need to know that. Like, you need to understand that people can see things in you oftentimes before you see it in yourself, number one. And number two, if you're doing things like that, if you are creating plans and creating ideas and concepts, that's why. If you're coming up with, ways of improving the quality of life, or the quality of business, or the quality of whatever it is that you're doing, that's the reason why. Okay, people don't say things for no reason. And oftentimes people, honestly, a lot of people like to follow someone else too. A lot of people don't like to take responsibility for life or for many things. So if they see certain qualities in you, then they will call those things out. And it almost sets the tone for you to be in position of power and position of leadership and stuff like that. But you will be amazed at how many people just literally do not have a desire to take position in life, that are of leadership position, that are of responsibility, to be responsible for other people's lives, or be responsible for jobs of other people, or whatever, guiding other people. A lot of people do not feel comfortable in those positions because they don't feel comfortable taking responsibility for their own shit. So how can I take responsibility for other people, right? And I'm not trying to be mean, but ultimately the truth is the truth. The facts are just the facts. I'm not trying to come down and say, oh, I'm not saying shit. I'm just talking about the basic facts. And so oftentimes when people see someone that has these qualities, okay, they will call them out. They will point them out. That's why. If you have those qualities, that's why people are noticing it and calling it out and pointing it out and saying, you got this and you're that and you're this and that. Now, the thing is, how do you want to use that information? How do you want to proceed in your life? How do you want to use those skill sets, those natural innate qualities that you have? How will you use them? That's the question. That's where we need to go. That's what we need to start thinking. Okay, well, can these skills benefit me? How can they benefit me? How can I use them in my day-to-day? How can I use them in my business or in my job? Okay. How can I use them in my personal life to make my personal life, to benefit my personal life? When people meet a genuine person, they definitely know. They do. And they pretend sometimes that they don't. They're like, oh, no, you know what it is. Because sometimes and it's so funny because sometimes it irks them because sometimes they can't stand it. The fact that you are that. They just simply can't stand it. You ever met a person that just can't stand that you're actually an awesome person? I've met a couple and they literally cannot stand the greatness of you. Okay? You can't let them people bother you, baby. You cannot let them people bother you, baby. Because listen, if you let them type of people bother you, you're going to be bothered your whole life. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. What's next? What else do you need to know? Listen, okay, so let me go back. Some of the deep, so some of these questions, these are more like just kind of, they're not really spiritual questions, I would say. I don't need no cards for these types of things. These are just, you know, I don't think I need no cards for some of these questions that just came up with. So I just want to make sure. Let me see. I stay away because I'm on a mission. Well, what's your mission? Tell me about that. And what are these deep questions you're coming up with? You have to remember too, sometimes some people are there to literally help you with the mission. Like some of the people that you come across in life, y'all are supposed to do the mission together, or y'all teaming up, or you know what I mean, like energetically or contract wise, y'all came here to do exactly that together, or to, you know, like y'all, that was literally why y'all decided to come into this life. So just know that as well, okay? I have to think about, like, from my own perspective, like, why, what was your question you said? Why am I always protected and covered? Yeah, I mean, another reason for that is because if you stay, let me tell you something. If you walk around this life and you live your life by a code of doing right by others, doing to others as you would have them to do unto you, that is a built-in protection system right there. Because built in, it says, I'm not going to do anything to anybody that I would not mind being done to me. And we talk about the law of attraction here all the time. We talk about the law of reciprocity here all the time. We talk about how the pendulum swings back and forth all the time. So that means that you're literally out here in this world and you're not making moves that will cause harm to others, like intentionally. That's just not your intention, right? Living life intentionally is so important. Living life with the intention to do good, to do good by others, is so important. Because then you know, obviously there's some things that can happen in life. Of course things can happen in life. But the majority of your life will be blessed because you're not out here trying to get people. You're not out here scheming on people. You're not doing that. So the universe most likely, and you stay in that mindset as well as in the actions, you stay in those actions, you stay in that mindset, and you kind of feel like that about life, life will always take care of you. Will always take care of you. We got to remember that life literally operates on like the on attracting. You are what you attract. Like you attract what you are. Like you are attracting in life. If you always thinking negatively, that's what you're gonna get. If you always putting out some negative shit, that's what you're gonna get. But if you always putting out some positive shit, that's what you're gonna get. It's just that simple. It is just that simple. It is just that simple. It's not a lot to question. There's not a lot of thinking or thought that needs to go into that. That's just basic stuff right there. The law of Ma'at. The law of the universe. I will not do to anyone anything that I would not be okay being done to me. Now here's the thing. There are situations in life, like for instance, if somebody comes into your home and they try to kill you, but you end up killing them. Well, here's the thing. If you hadn't walked into my home and tried to kill me, you wouldn't be dead right now. See what I'm saying? So like, life balances itself out. Of course, you're going to do good by others, and your intention is to do good for others and to others. But also, if it happens that something maybe not so positive does happen to you, like I said, you know, first off, I'm not about to go and walk into somebody's house and try to kill them. So by that logic, I can never expect that would happen to me. I can never expect to walk into somebody else and be killed, because I can never expect to walk into somebody else and try to kill them. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it's like it's a law thing. It's about the laws, the natural laws of the universe. Like literally, it's a law thing. It's law. Matter of fact, now I want to hear that song called It's Law. I'm about to listen to that. I'm going to get off here with you guys. I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. Hopefully I have answered your questions. I know if you have other questions, I will actually take some time to go live at my office with pristine Wi-Fi and with perfect lighting and all sorts of camera setups and things like that for you guys, so that we can actually get into the nitty-gritty of asking or answering any questions that you guys may have that I haven't answered, because the last few weeks I've been doing like vlog style stuff, you know. And then we can go into some different topics if you guys want to. Right now I am gonna get off of here because I need to go and pick up a fare here, and then finish off my night. Well, I'm only halfway through my night, honestly. So I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and I will check out on the next one. Bye. Bye.